Hey, outdoorsnists. You remember when I said last week that I was gonna do some like van camping this weekend? That's not gonna happen. Saturday, a friend of mine needed some help and I had to go help them out of a jam, and that took most of the day. But I'm not gonna lie, I probably wasn't gonna go out camping in that awful weather. Anyway, so here we are doing this. It is very windy, very freezing rainy, all that fun stuff. Sand and the plow trucks are all out. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go walk around Bennington and we're gonna document the wonderful weather. So that's our Black Lives Matter road mural. Starts over here. They painted that back in 2020, 2021, one of them. It was a whole mess. There's people protesting it over there. There was some weirdo in a mask like standing right there with one of those Guy Fawkes masks. Standing like right there on it so they couldn't paint it. It was cops were all around. It was an interesting time, let's say that. Union South Pub and Provisions. That used to be, I think, South Street Cafe, which is where I spent most of my disposable income on coffee and soup when I first moved down here. But they closed some years ago and I guess they just never reopened it in South Street. Here we are at the Four Corners. There's another mural that could use a touch-up. It's like piano keys around a compass rose. The original idea had been to turn the crosswalks into piano keys, but somebody complained, said something about it might affect federal funding or whatever, and I guess that was the compromise. I mean, that's actually pretty cool too. So I think I did a video over the summer where I just went walking around. I said I was gonna like do a walking tour of Bennington, and I ended up doing a walking tour of some trail over by the hospital. So this might actually be the walking tour of Bennington. Because when I first moved down here back in 08, just to get to know the place, like every weekend I'd pound the pavement. I'd do one side of town one day, another side of town the next day. I went all over, walked my feet right off, I did. And you get to the Four Corners here and decided we're gonna go down this way actually. I mean, I know what's down this way, but you don't. So let's go. This is the Pocket Park. Kind of a dreary place in the wintertime. And during the pandemic, if you wanted to get Little Britain, the fish and chips, you had to call ahead and you had to meet them out back here. That was probably the only good part of the pandemic, was getting fish and chips a lot, I think. I almost don't think I've gotten fish and chips there since that time for whatever reason. Don't know why. There used to be a hardware store. They closed for some reason a couple years ago. There used to be a guy with a hot dog cart out here. And he unfortunately saw his business kind of drop off after the hardware store left, because everybody who needed hardware stuff would kind of hit him up for lunch as well. So I think that was where a lot of his business went, unfortunately. So that's too bad, but yeah, I don't think they... This is a while ago, this is like a couple years ago. So there's the Sunnyside Diner. I haven't been there in a long time either. TJ's Fish Fry, don't quote me on this, but I don't think they've been open for a while either. Maybe they are in the summertime, I don't know. I went like once or twice when they opened a couple years ago, and I never quite went back. Beyond that brick building that looks like a two-story but isn't, is a Dollar General. I love Dollar General for the bagged meatballs. You remember, I don't know if this got into a video or not, but I was out west doing the big road trip, and bagged meatballs are a pretty good meal. You know, pre-cooked, delicious, feeds you. And I was met with shock and horror when I found out that the Dollar Generals out west didn't appear to carry them. So I was pretty crushed. That might be one of the, they might only have them in the Dollar Generals around here. I don't know. I hope that's not true, because like I said, as far as like crappy food you can eat out of a bag, I mean, you can't really beat those meatballs. Nice car. There's that wind. I've been wondering. I said it was windy out, the wind wasn't blowing. Here it is. Anytime Fitness. Used to be a Family Dollar over there. They lost the war of the dollar stores, apparently. What do we got here? It's like a skate park that's under construction. That's also like part of the Ninja Trail, which I would take to get onto the Ninja Trail proper, but if I wanted to do that, I'd have to go down that way, take a left, the fire station. I think I've already shown you the Ninja Trail, and I walk it every other day as exercise anyway. I'm not doing that today. I see that thing too often. So this looks like it'll be cool when they finally finish it. I don't skate or roller skate, so I think I'll carry it. East Rise, Credit Union, Walgreens. Had to get some eye drops in the Walgreens the other day. This left eye was messed up. Had to go to urgent care. They prescribed me eye drops, which are more like an eye goop. Hard to tell if my vision's affected because the goop obviously messes up my vision, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I know my eye is a lot less red than it was. Bennington Station, or it used to be the Bennington Station. It was a train station. It was then a restaurant, which I ate at on special occasions a handful of times. It's very good, but it's definitely a once in a while kind of place. Also, the floor space was huge. Just so much room for a restaurant. I think it's like a office for an engineering firm now. Dutchman's Tavern. I've been in there maybe one time. Sort of the tail end of my bar going days. Never really liked the bars, if I'm being honest with you. Fun once in a while maybe, but every other time they were non-fun. So I don't really miss not going to the bars anymore. Anyway, if we wanted to go to the Ninja Trail towards Northside Drive, we'd go that way, but I don't want to do that. That takes us back to Main Street. Let's shake it up a little bit and go this way. Across County Street. That plow truck down there, town truck, was nice enough to stop so it didn't splash me. So, good old Bennington plow drivers. That I think is where we pick up the Ninja Trail. That big, over here, that big brick building in the middle. It's the Bennington Mill. I forget its official name, but it's an enormous brick building. Used to be an old mill of some kind. Now it houses, I don't know, a bunch of businesses. Second-hand clothing store. They don't look open, but maybe I'm wrong. It's on a Sunday, so. Over here we got one of my favorite stores, Tractor Supply. I don't have cause to go into Tractor Supply too often, but when I do, I usually find what I'm looking for. I didn't yesterday. I was looking for salt or some kind of de-icer to put out on the driveway. They didn't happen to have any that I could find, but that's okay. Like I said, usually I find what I'm looking for. Wassik's Tire. They did the tires on the van. They're also responsible for the current tire situation on my truck. So if you're in Bennington and you need some tire service, I'd say start there. There aren't really many bad places around. But I hadn't used them for a while. Like they weren't my go-to, but my go-to guy stopped doing a lot of tire stuff. They became my go-to tire place. And very good. Nothing to complain about. What do we got? Vermont Veterans Home. It's a nursing home, basically, for veterans and their families. I think it's the only one in the state. We could go that way, see the Bennington Beverage Den and the Tasty Freeze, but I think I'd rather walk up that way, back towards town. On a nicer day, I'd say, well, let's go that way. On a nicer day, I'd say, let's go that way, but it's not a nice day. Lovely day. Lovely day in the town of Bennington. Wonderful day for a walk. Where's Mr. Plow gonna go? You know what? Let's go visit the veterans home. Why not? Normally in better weather, this entire walk is lined with flags. Not today though. Looks like they take them down for the winter. Like, yeah, they got the light covered. Looks like those are capped. So yeah, I think they take them down during the winter. I don't really like come through here much anymore. It used to be, you didn't mind fudging the rules a little bit. You could get over to Park Street from here where the high school is, so you can kind of cross, I don't know, County Street, but I don't know. I haven't tried that in a long, long time, and frankly, it was sometimes just easier to go down County Street. It wasn't worth it. What do we got here? They used to have a deer herd out there. Maybe they still do. It was like white-tailed deer. And it was like the only place like that in the state you could find. And then they ended up well, they ended up getting rid of them. Population of the deer had just dwindled to where it was just a bunch of does, so it was just going to go away anyway on its own. And then they replaced them with they were the deer from one of the, I think it was called Santa's Land or something like that. That went out for some reason. I can't remember now. And the deer from there ended up going here. And maybe they still keep them there. Looks like a lot of trees going in there for some reason. Looks like that'll lead us off the campus, so let's go that way, but that's the veterans home. It doesn't look like much from the outside on a day like today, but most times it's actually quite nice. Don't let today's weather fool you. Here we got war monuments when they installed those, and they had them up by cranes. And they were setting them down, and it was a little nerve-wracking to watch because you could tell if they fell, that's a lot of weight. World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam. I don't think it's like a name of the dead per se. I think that's just names of locals who served, Vermonters who served. My memory serves, which it often doesn't. They said it can go all the way around. Over there is Mount Anthony High School. I think this will pop us back out onto North Street. Over there, I don't know if you can see it from here, the Blue Bend Diner. World famous, it's at least nationally famous. It pops up in all the travel articles about America's best diners. It's like one of those little 50s style diners. It's been there for forever and a day. The only bad thing I would have to say about it is it's elbow room only. It's not a large space, but the food is very good. I haven't heard anything bad about it, even after it got new owners. We're coming back to County Street. Seems every street in this town leads you back to County Street. Alright, now we're on North Street. This is the street we did not walk down when we were back at the Four Corners. Hawkins House, jewelry, clothing. I've never been in there. I've never had any real reason to go. Earl's Service Center. I don't know if I've ever used Earl's. I seem to remember some of my friends do. They like it. So. The world. What else we got in the drag here? Dunkin' Donuts. Cozy Spa. Google it. Google Bennington Cozy Spa. That's where I'll leave it. Bellissimo Salon. I've been getting my hair cut there for haircuts since I moved to Bennington. This is where I went to get it cut. Now, I have a channel update for you, Outdoorsness. This is kind of a big announcement. It's amazing to me I started this whole video without even remembering it, but on Wednesday, maybe it was Thursday, I came down here for a walk-in. And I did it, guys. Got my hair cut. No longer a ponytail guy. Frankly, it was getting a little too thin to rock a ponytail, I think. They said part of why it might be a little thin is because of the ponytail. It was pulling it back and tying it was making it fall out. Anyway, I started growing my hair out during the pandemic. Just save money and one, just getting anything done during the pandemic was a pain in the butt, and I just figured, heck, I'll let it grow. I let it grow out the first time during college. Just why not, right? It's college. And then when it came time to leave college, get a job, I thought, okay, I'll get it cut. Join the straight-laced folks. It was an expensive haircut. I had to buy a dozen roses to give to my girlfriend along with the ponytail, just to soften the blow. She likes long hair. I didn't get her a dozen roses this time, but she's supportive enough of the decision. So, anyway, that's the story there. Subway. That's where a lot of my disposable income has gone the past couple of years. Nothing but good things to say about Subway. As far as this particular Subway goes, it's fine. It's good. I don't think I've ever had a terrible service there. So. I met some weirdos in there before. That's definitely happened, but that's not the Subway's fault. Congregation Bethel. Spice and Nice. It's been too long since I've been there. I've been getting tea from there lately, but back when I was really into, I got an Indian cookbook one year. I kind of thought it was up a creek when it came to getting a lot of the spices for it, but everything I could possibly want. Spice and Nice, they had it, so. I don't do a lot in that lot, but okay, now we're getting into the wind. Like, it's been pretty persistent the past couple minutes, which makes me wonder if any of this video I've shot today will be useful at all. We could walk down that way, but frankly, I'm not feeling it. I'm getting a little wet. So I actually think I'm gonna make the journey home. Alright, we're back at the Four Corners. You know what? I don't think we'll get the full 10,000 steps in today, but I'd like to try to get some more walking done. I do really want to go home, but I'm going to rough it out. We got Main Street. What do we got on Main Street? We got the yogurt shop that closed a while ago. Old Patrick Winburn at the law office. Stuff on this side of the street too, but gift garden, Naps, There's like a gift toy shop or something like that. Madison. So if you're in Bennington, here's my advice. Find the TD Bank. There's a parking lot behind it for the bank, but there's also like a town parking lot. Park there, and then you can pretty much walk down there, walk up that way if you want to. We just came down North Street, so there's some stuff to check out there. I just showed it to you. So. That's kind of the Bennington downtown experience. Lucky Dragon. I've never had a bad meal there. They did away with their dine-in a long time ago, like during the pandemic, but I don't think they've brought it back. But that's okay. I think most people got takeout there anyway. It's kind of a nice Chinese takeout place. Nothing but good things to say about it. It used to be, or probably still is, the Mason's Hall, maybe. I've been in there one time. I don't remember for what. I think it's still used, I'm not sure. DMV's down this way. Glen Nichols and Sons, that's where I go for all my mechanical needs. If he can't do it, then I take it somewhere else, but this is usually my first stop. Checked over the van for the big road trip. They also checked it over recently, so he usually finds problems for me and we can head them off before they become more expensive. So. I think that's church. Forget which church, the name of it, but it's been a long time since I've been in there too. A lot of the sidewalks today are just wet, slushy messes. Probably the same situation on my way back. But it's just dying to get into there. Alright, we're gonna head back. We're not gonna go back down the main street. We're instead gonna shuffle off to the side here. And yeah, don't get too excited. We're not going that way, unfortunately. Fortunately. So this is Union Street. Yeah, that's it. I told you not to get excited. Alright, we're on the side of the walk I want to be on. So this is going to take us back to Main Street. It's going to dump us right back in front of the town office. I should note, like, most towns' sidewalks are like that. Crossings are like that. Bennington's not really special. Nobody read this as any kind of indictment on the infrastructure. Sure, it needs work here and there, but like, it's not significantly worse than anywhere else you find, I don't believe. Okay, that's a rather deep puddle, and both my feet are now wet. I can't blame that on my shoes. And frankly, I should have known before I tried to walk through it. I really ought to have myself to blame. Alright, we're just about at the end of this little fun fest here. Alright. We're back more or less where we started. And I think that's going to end our little walking tour of Bennington on one of the dreariest, wettest, crappiest days of the winter so far. It's like February 16th, I want to say. Don't hold me to that, but yeah, we're supposed to have a lot of wind right up until 7 o'clock tonight, and yeah, just some crappy, wintry, wet weather. It's like a lot of that going on. A lot of tree branches blowing down. So the town looks much, much nicer and warmer weather, as you might expect. Maybe I'll take you on a tour of it on one of those days. We won't hit the same spots I just went to. We'll go to like some of the better ones. But anyway, I think that's the video. Like, subscribe. Hopefully these will get more interesting.